He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, Aghori practices, and Yaksha sadhana. He was a siddha, and many masters, saints, and sages used to visit him in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance from him since that tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
ॐ वन्दे देव उमापति सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवाहिनी नयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजन आश्रय च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहं ब्रह्मास्मि। गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन, स्वागत है आप सभी का टू दिस स्पेशल एपिसोड ऑफ श्री राम। कठिन रास्ता है, सरल बन जाएगा। Might be the way is tough, the task is big, but we will not take the tough task or the tough way. So just in case, like my voice is clear to everyone?
Yes, Maharaj, yes, clear.
Okay. So when the task is given, कभी कभी आपके ऊपर ऐसा कार्य सौंप दिया जाता है जिसको you literally think like how to justify. So then I was requested to speak about Ram. I said, quite amazing, but I'll not talk about Ram from intellectual property. क्योंकि राम के बारे में इंटेलेक्चुअली बहुत कुछ लिखा गया है, I will talk about Ram as I have seen him from childhood. So all the grown-ups, they can leave. All the children can stay back. क्योंकि अभी से like जो भी हम बात करने जा रहे हैं, whatever we are going to speak now, it's going to be, you have to listen like a child. Then only you will get to experience it in the first time. But is there anything for the grown-ups? You stay and see. Because there is a saying like, even at times the kids teach better than the grown-ups. Might be they are still untouched, unbiased by the way the world has been. So they might be tell about it in a much better way. So are we all ready? So as we begin this journey, I don't know whether it will be completed today or we might have additional ones. Let's see how it goes. देखते हैं हमारा राम कैसे आते हैं आज. So, based on that, we'll decide whether it continuation is needed or इतने राम काफी हैं हमारे लिए. Okay. So close your eyes once. With this, I would like to all of you to check within yourself. Now, when you speak that word Ram, whenever you speak that Ram, and now when you close your eyes, you already have an image in front of you. आपके सामने एक छवि उभर के आती है. So when you see this image, many of us have been questioned that why do we need an image? Idols are not needed, images are not needed. Now when the mind that we have is such that it needs a reference point. Without the reference point, it is quite impossible to even think of something as such. So when we have an image, when we have an idol in front of us, it helps us to adore it in a much easier way. अगर मैं आपको कहूं, can you define air? So all that you will define is attribute of air, like, okay, so the leaves are shaking because the air is blowing, I can feel the breeze, the clouds are moving because of it. So all that you will tell is attribute of air, but can you say anything about air? Despite air being in your first-hand experience, yet you cannot speak about it because you don't have a swarupa of that, image of it. Similarly, think of yourself when you didn't even knew the swarupa of Ram and somebody says, okay, you should think of Ram. What should you think of? And that's where all this begins. Once you have an image, it is easier to connect. It's easier to be with it. It's easier to write something about them. It's easier to create beautiful aspects about them. So when I asked you to close your eyes and just see the image of Ram, so we all have different images of Ram. So does that mean that Ram is different? Might be, might not be. It's just the way I have perceived him, the way I have known it, the way I have experienced it. आपके अंदर राम की वही छवि बस जाती है जिस छवि को आपने भी सब बिठाया है. Let's say you went to a temple, you saw that image of Ram and you said, wow, this is. ऐसा नहीं कि आपने इससे पहले छवि नहीं देखी होगी, मूर्ति नहीं देखी. But one particular image, one particular idol, वो आंखों में बस जाता है. It just stays there in your eyes. And whenever you think about that particular deity, you will see that only. That particular image appears. Very typical, because all the images you generally see is Ram, like Lord Ram standing with a bow in his hand, and उनका जो लक्ष्मण भरत शत्रुघ्न और हनुमान रहते हैं. ज्यादातर आप जब भी राम के बारे में सोचोगे, एक सीधा सरल सा स्वरूप निखर के आता है. A very simple image that appears in front of you. But more often we always see Ram as the Ram that has been grown up. जो राम बड़े हो गए हैं, ज्यादातर वैसे राम दिखाई देते हैं, क्योंकि whenever you try to even think how Ram would be looking when he was a kid, suddenly that shifts like Bal Gopal. Because you are not introduced much into that space of Ram as a kid. So today, we will see the 4 stages of Ram. राम के 4 स्वरूप के बारे में बात करें. एक ऐसा राम जो बालक है, एक ऐसा राम जो युवा है, एक ऐसा राम जो वन में जाता है, और ऐसा राम जो राज करता है. So the 4 kind of Ram. कोशिश यही रहेगी, we'll try to define it in a very simpler way so that we all get connected with all those spaces. So, we're going to try, and I believe we will do something beautiful here as well. So, as we all know, when we say about Ram, there is a doha that speaks of the 4 kinds of Ram. The one that you all know. Right? एक राम दशरथ का बेटा, एक राम घट घट में बैठा, एक राम का सकल पसारा, एक राम जगत से न्यारा. So when we speak of these 4 kind of Ram, आप कौन से राम को जानते हो, आप कौन से राम से मिलना चाहते हो, या आप कौन से राम हो? So when we start speaking about these beautiful things about Ram, and slowly from here on we will move on, and again it would be like not just a narration, it might be kind of a song that will go into your heart. Because मुझे लगता है कि किसी भी चीज को अगर एक स्वर दे दिया जाए, ध्वनि दे दी जाए, it is put into a rhythm, it becomes much easier to grasp. Are we all ready? So, पहला क्या है? So, where do we start? We just start by realizing like Ram के 4 स्वरूप. Before even we go like how Ram would have been in his ways when he was walking on this earth, let's begin with that. एक राम दशरथ का बेटा. What is it speaking about? ये राम का वो स्वरूप है जो रामायण में, the one that has been narrated in रामायण, जो राजा दशरथ और कौशल्या के पुत्र हैं. एक राम घट घट में बैठा, ये राम का वो स्वरूप है जो हर जीव के हृदय में विद्यमान है, हर जगह है. It's everywhere, in everybody's heart. This is that Ram. एक राम का जगत पसारा, ये राम का वो स्वरूप है जो सृष्टि के निर्माता हैं, जिसने सब कुछ बनाया है. एक राम जगत से न्यारा, and there is one more Ram, जो सर्वोच्च है, जिसका रूप जो ये दुनिया से परे है, like the one who is beyond this creation, जो अविनाशी है, the one cannot be destroyed, जो सभी का स्वामी है, the one who is the master of all. So when we talk about these 4 types of Ram, let us dive into the space of the different stages of life of Ram. And I would like you all to listen to this, whatever I'm going to say from here on. मैं जो कुछ भी बोलने जा रहा हूं अभी, इसको ऐसे सुनना मानो जैसे इट्स लाइक ए डिवाइन ओडेक, दिव्य कथा की तरह, फ्रॉम ए मैड लवर। मतलब एक ऐसी परिस्थिति जो राम के नाम पे पागल हो चुका है, अगर वो आपको राम के बारे में बताए तो क्या बताएगा? The one who has gone mad in the name of Ram, how he speaks, it would come in that way. Not the intellectual way, not the way you know. Because when we look at Shiva, and people say he keeps on taking the name of Ram, so what could be that condition? So that's where I say you should be ready to be mad then, to understand it, to go through that. बोलो श्यावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की जय. So what I want you all to do is, oh listeners, like जो कोई भी मुझे आज सुन, I just want you to sit still, स्थिर हो जाए, close your eyes, आंखें बंद कर, and let me take you to a realm where your soul shall drink the nectar of beauty, the kind that makes even Kama bow down his head in surrender. मैं ऐसी सुंदरता की बात करने जा रहा हूं जिसके रस आपके सिर्फ मन मस्तिष्क में नहीं, आपके आत्मा में घुल. मैं ऐसे स्वरूप की बात करने जा रहा हूं जिसे देख स्वयं कामदेव झुक जाएं. For I have seen him. Yes, I have seen Ram. The very embodiment of grace, of charm, of saundarya. So divine that even the sages forgot their tapasya in his presence. ऐसा राम जिसे देख तपस्वी अपनी तपस्या भूल गए. And as we all know, जब हनुमान और राम का पहली बार मिलन, तो हनुमान कहते हैं हमने आपको कहीं देखा है, I have seen you somewhere. पर याद नहीं कहां देखा है. I don't even remember where I saw you. तो राम मुस्कुराते हैं और कहते हैं हाँ, तुमने हमें देखा है. तो हनुमान कहते कहां? तो कहते तुम्हारे हृदय में. Yes, you have seen me. You have seen me in your heart. So उसी तरीके से, like when I'm going to narrate all these things, you should see him in your heart. Beginning with the Bal Ram, the child that even the moon gazed upon silently. एक ऐसा स्वरूप जिसे चंद्रमा भी झांक के देखते. सोचो, like if you really want to understand Ram, you have to do a role play. रोल प्ले का मतलब समझते हो कि जिसके बारे में बात किया जाए आप वैसे बन जाए. Then only you will experience it in the most amazing and the most beautiful way. So what role are you going to play now is a very typical one. Now I'm going to narrate as if like when Kaushalya is holding Ram for the first time in her hands. Now how your hand should be? Now you have to become Kaushalya in order to see Ram. अगर आप कौशल्या बन पाए तब राम को पकड़ सकते. So when I am going to narrate this, you see it as if you are holding Ram in your hands. आंख खोलने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि राम खुले आंखों से नहीं, बंद आंखों से भी दिखते हैं. So that's how if you play that role, then only you will experience Ram, because मैं आपको ऐसे राम की कहानी नहीं सुनाना चाहता जो आज तक आप सुनते हैं। मैं आपके सामने वो राम को प्रकट करना चाहता हूँ जिस राम के साथ आप वार्तालाप कर सको. यू कैन स्पीक, यू कैन एक्सपीरियंस इट इन द फर्स्ट टाइम. So what you should do, like you should do that role play. You close your eyes and you are holding Ram as that kid for the first time in your hand. And if you do that, that itself is magical. You don't even have to do anything else. But we'll not stop there until we go crazy. So now it's all yours. That Ram is for the first time जो अवतरित हुए हैं और आपके हाथ में. And you are playing that role of Kaushalya. And how this happens? When Kaushalya must have holded Ram for the first time, I can think of, like, he was so amazing that the Vedas must have folded their hands themselves because unsure how to describe him. And जैसे वाल्मीकि रामायण में कहा गया है ना, like in वाल्मीकि रामायण it says tam दृष्ट्वा पुत्रम आगतम कौशल्या हर्ष निर्भर, means Kaushalya, overwhelmed with bliss, saw not a child. कौशल्या अपने उल्लास में एक बच्चे को, एक नन्हे बालक को नहीं देख रही, बट नारायण हिमसेल्फ wrapped in human sweetness. कैसे देख रही है? कौशल्या को ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो अपने हाथों में स्वयं नारायण को पकड़ के रखी है, like she's holding Narayan in her hands, and it is like it has embodied all the beauty in it and has taken this human form. And when you are holding that, hold it, because we are going to narrate it a little bit. So, look at his eyes. उसके आंखों को देखो, मानो एक छोटा सा बालक आपके हाथ में है, सबसे सुंदर है और आप उसे देख रहे हो. And when you look at the eyes are like the lotus petals in bloom. मानो जैसे पूरा कमल का फूल खिला हुआ हो. His eyes were like lotus petals in bloom after the morning mist. कब होता है? मानो जैसे अभी भोर हुई है. It has just the night is going off and the day is beginning. That space of that mid space, and there are dewdrops and mist all around. And then you are looking at those eyes. Those eyes are filled with the mist of divinity and the dewdrops of Karuna. His limbs, uske हाथ और पैर, his limbs so soft and radiant that actually are rotating around your hands like golden creepers. मानो जैसे लटाएं हो. वो छोटा सा बालक है आपके हाथ में, और अपने इतने कोमल स्वरूप हैं कि उनके हाथ और पैर आपके चारों तरफ लपेट दिए जा रहे हैं, मानो जैसे creepers, like it is rolling all his hands and legs around you like a creeper. And that creeper is dipped in the divine nectar. मानो ऐसे उसको अमृत में घोल दिया गया. The moon took pride in its cool glow. चंद्रमा को अपने शीतलता के ऊपर बहुत गर्व था. Until it saw the smile of Ram. जब तक उसने राम की स्माइल नहीं देखी थी. The anklets on his tiny feet. उनके पैरों में जो घुंघरू थे, the anklets in his tiny feet, it was like they were singing Vedic hymns. And even the dust he stepped on became holy. सेंट तुलसीदास, संत तुलसीदास रामचरितमानस में कहते हैं, बाल चरित बहु विधि सुनावा, अति पावन मन भावन सुख दावा. His childhood leelas, oh, they are too many to even speak of, and even to recall, and even to recount. So pure, so enchanting, so heart-pleasing. And now, when you are sitting there and holding that small little Ram in your hand, now that child is growing a little bit, slowly moving out from your hands, and now crawling. And it is trying to be on his knees, trying to learn to walk. And now just think of the most beautiful thing that you have ever seen is trying to walk. वो उठ रहे हैं, गिर रहे हैं, चलने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, संभल रहे हैं. कभी कभी आपको लगता है कि ओ आई शुड होल्ड इट, it should not fall. But at times what happens is it is trying to walk. It's like a small little flower trying to bloom. So how to bring that? There is a beautiful song that narrates it so well. So you are going to watch it with your closed eyes, and I am going to sing it for you. So this song is so very famous, like every one of us have heard it. But now just think of Ram is walking. How is he walking? He's walking with a very typical way. उसे कहते हैं ठुमक झलत राम चंद्र बाजत पैजनिया. When Ram is walking, how his anklets are making the noise. And how is he walking? He's walking like a thumak chalat, means in one step, another step. One step, another step. Like creating a impact on the ground. So now I'm going to sing this song for you. Does not matter whether you understand the language or not. All that matters is the song itself is so beautiful that it will dip you into that space. So the song goes, Umak chalat Ramachandra bhajat panjaniya. Umak chalat Ramachandra कीलकी उठत धाय गिरत भूमि लटपटाय थाय मात गोद लेत दशरथ की रनिया. ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पैजनिया. ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र. आंचल रज अंग झारी विविध भांति सौदुलारी. तन मन धन वारी वारी. तन मन धन वारी. तन मन धन वारी वारी. कहत मृदु वचनिया. ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पैंजनिया. ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र. विद्वम से अरुणधर बोलत मुख मधुर मधुर. सुभग नासिका में चारु लटकत लटकनिया. ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र. तुलसीदास अति आनंद. तुलसीदास अति आनंद देख के मुखारविंद. रघुबर छवि के समान. रघुबर छवि के समान. रघुबर छवि बनिया. ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र बाजत पैंजनिया. ठुमक चलत रामचंद्र. So when this small little kid, the Ram, is walking, the magic that it creates. Now finally the last sentence makes a lot of, like वो तो वर्णन तो ऐसा है कि like it is narrating like how Ram looks, how he's walking, how Dasratha and Kaushalya runs towards it, and how he does all the acting, and how the anklets and the rings all dance around him, and how well he speaks, and all those things. But the last sentence, the last statement is something really amazing. वो क्या कहता है कि the last statement says रघुवर छवि के समान रघुवर छवि बनिया. Means who can look like him except him? How can I even define how he looks except the way he looks? तो रघुवर के छवि समान रघुवर छवि बनिया. Means the way Raghuvar should look like, उनकी छवि बिल्कुल वैसी है. I don't know how to even define him. So that was the small little kid called as the Bal Ram. Now just think of like that Bal Ram is just walking around, and even the birds in Ayodhya forgot to fly. ये माना जाता है कि पक्षी भी उड़ना भूल गए. The wind slowed its pace. हवा भी बहुत धीमी हो गई. And the rivers stilled. नदी भी ठहर गए. जानते हो क्यों? Because Ram was learning crawl. राम चलना सीख रहे थे. ये सबको देखने के लिए सारे चीजें. So how beautiful that space could be, how beautiful that age should be, how beautiful that creation should be, where the divine itself crawls as a kid. The divine itself does all that drama, trying to speak, जिससे सारे अक्षर बने हो, वो अक्षर बोलने की मतलब प्रयास करे. Trying to speak is something that is magical. The one who has created everything is crawling. What could that be? So this beautiful way, because we will narrate more about this as we proceed. अब आते हैं ऐसे राम जो चलना सीख गए हैं, अब एक किशोर अवस्था में आ जाते हैं. The space where Ram is like a little bit grown up, and but as he grew up, his beauty also started growing along with it. ये माना जाता है कि राम का जो किशोर अवस्था में, he looked so beautiful in his youth that even it could melt the mountains. मत मानो जैसे अगर पत्थर ने भी उन्हें देख लिया हो तो पिघल जाए. As he grew, beauty bowed before him. मतलब जो सुंदरता आप जानते हो, जो सुंदरता आप मानते हो, वो उसके सामने झुक जाती. वो इतने सुंदर थे. His gait, वो जब चलते थे, like how he walked gracefully like the swing of a lion. मानो जैसे एक सिंह जंगल में चलता हो, मानो वैसे चलते थे. His voice, deep and gentle, like the rumble of the sacred clouds. वो जब बात करते थे तो मानो जैसे बादल सुने होंगे ना, बहुत दूर से जब बादल गरजते हैं. It was like deep and yet gentle. His eyes were like two calm oceans where the very soul could rest. When Vishwamitra Muni brought him to Mithila, the people asked, is this a man or the personified Purusha Shukta himself? मतलब पुरुष सुक्त में जैसे वर्णित है, क्या ये सच में कोई इंसान है, या पुरुष सुक्त में जैसे वर्णित है ये स्वयं वही है? और इसीलिए संत तुलसीदास उन्हें देख के थोड़ा ठहर जाते. लाइक बाय जस्ट लुकिंग एट हिम ही इज इन ऑ, एंड ही सेज, सो भयाहु मोहि राम संच. Seeing Ram, even the Rati, the goddess of love, could forget herself. वो अपने आप को भूल जाए. राम ऐसे सुंदर है. और जानते हो ना, जब the bow that Shiva, धनुष जो उठाए थे, पिनाक, the bow of Shiva, unlifted for ages, इतने युगों से नहीं उठा था. broke not by force, but by the grace of his divine fingers. उनके हाथ इतने सुंदर थे कि वो धनुष भी टूट गए, शक्ति से नहीं, उनके स्पर्श से. इट इज सो ब्यूटीफुल, लाइक जैसे मैंने कहा ना कि उनको देख के द माउंटेन्स वुड मेल्ट. इट्स जस्ट लाइक दैट. एंड व्हेन सीता saw Ram, she did not just saw a groom, she saw the essence of her soul. Then his tilak and chandan, his pitambar, his vanamala, the divine bow in his hand, every atom of his form was the very definition of auspiciousness. उसके हरेक अंग, हरेक every speck of him was so beautiful that even it is unimaginable to even think of. इसीलिए तुलसी कहते हैं कि अगर आपने राम को देख लिया, if you have seen Ram and you have fallen in love with that being, तुलसीदास कहते हैं तुलसी ममता राम सो समता सब संसार, राग न रोष न दोष दुख, दास भयो भव पार. तुलसीदास कहते हैं कि जिनके श्री राम में ममता है, द वंस दोज हु हैव लव टुवर्ड्स राम, और सब संसार में समता है, दे सी इक्विवेलेंट इन एवरीथिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड. जिनका किसी के प्रति राग मीन्स नो, दे हैव नो bear or rag, like what you say is anything against anyone. Dvesh, drush, anything that they have not thought of anything against anyone. And then उनके भाव में कोई दुख नहीं है. There is no sadness in their emotions. In the sense, they are not feeling that sadness. They are always in that ecstasy of Ram. And ऐसे भक्त, the ones, those who are like that kind of भक्त of Ram, वो तो भवसागर से पार हो ही चुका है. He is not waiting for liberation. They have already found liberation while alive. अगर आपकी राम से प्रीति हो जाए, अगर आपका द्वेष से निवृत्ति हो जाए, आप अगर जगत में समता देखने लगे और आपका मन नित्य राम में रम जाए, तो मान लेना आपका जीते जी, despite being in this world, आप जीवन मुक्त हो. And then I'll come to a place where the third image of Ram should appear within you. And this image of Ram is वनवासी राम. मानो जब राम वनवास जा रहे हो, तो लोग अक्सर ये सोचते होंगे कि कितनी पीड़ा भरी बात होगी, कितने दुख भरी बात होगी. But I look at it in a very different way. And that's why I said, listen to it as if a mad person is writing about that. तो जब पूरा संसार कहता है कि कितना दुख भरा समय होगा, तो मैं कहता हूं कि वनवासी राम would must have looked like this. It would have been like a hermit who made the forest heaven. उनकी छवि इतनी सुंदर रही होगी कि वो जब वन में जाते हैं तो वन को भी स्वर्ग जैसा बना दिए होंगे. उनकी छवि ऐसी. And this part, yes, of course, when you think like Ram going to one, it truly tears my heart, yet fills it with pride. हृदय गदगद हो जाता है, लेकिन फिर भी एक that pride comes into me. You know why? Because I know, I understand this in this way. He left Ayodhya. The first part, like when it tears my heart apart, is when he left Ayodhya. It seemed like all the beauty walked into the wilderness with Ram. The forest, dry and wild, suddenly blossomed under his feet. क्यों? वो जैसे ही जंगल में गए तो उनके जंगल में जब उनके पैरों के स्पर्श मात्र से everything started becoming beautiful. स्निग्धा श्यामलगात्रं पीतांबरधरं शुभम. वाल्मीकि कहते हैं कि his body was soft, his complexion was dark like the monsoon clouds, yet he was clothed in simple yellow robes, yet his aura made the forest feel like Vaikuntha itself. उनके उस स्वरूप में भी जो जंगल जो था वो वैकुंठ जैसा लगने लगा. And when he walked into that space, even the trees bent low when he passed. The deer stood still, captured not by arrows but by his glance. The river Sarayu wept, watching him walk away. In the Ramayana of Kamban, the Tamil poet, he says that he walked barefoot. This is something so beautiful. He says he walked barefoot, yet the earth never felt its weight. The earth felt kissed. वो कहते हैं कि जब राम चले धरती को राम का वजन नहीं, ऐसा लग रहा था कि राम के कदम उसे चूम रहे हैं. That's how he spoke about it. And can you imagine this? A scene. Can you imagine this scene? Like a prince of unparalleled beauty in matted hair, simple bark clothes, with a gentle bow slung across his back, and eyes that still sparkled with the kindness of thousand heavens. ये सब कुछ होने के बाद भी उनकी करुणा कम नहीं. Where else does divinity weep and yet look so radiant? कभी देखा है आपने ऐसा जहां पे आंखों में अश्रु तो हैं लेकिन ऐसी सुंदरता और ऐसी चमक भी नहीं देखी होती. And that's why it says in our Hanuman Chalisa, you have read it so many times, you have sung it so many times, where you say, like Ram was not just a king, he was a sage, and after that he became king. He went into the forest, he did the meditations, and he did the processes in the sense like a sage, and after that he became the king. So, what kind of teaching does Ram gives us to us? He says, राम नाम अवलंब बिनु परमार्थ की आस बरसत बारिद बूंद गही चाहत चढ़न आकाश. You know what does that mean? It means that राम नाम का आश्रय लिए बिना जो लोग मोक्ष की आशा करते हैं अथवा धर्म अर्थ काम और मोक्ष रूपी चारों परमार्थों को प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं, वे मानो बरसते हुए बादलों के बूंद को पकड़कर आकाश में चढ़ जाना चाहते हैं. भाव यह है कि जिस प्रकार पानी की बूंदों को पकड़कर कोई भी आकाश में नहीं चढ़ सकता, वैसे ही राम नाम के बिना कोई भी परमार्थ को प्राप्त नहीं कर सकता. It is said that without taking the refuge of the name of Ram, the four pillars of life, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, cannot be achieved. And even if you are trying to achieve it without his name, it's like trying to climb on the droplets of rain when the rain is dropping, like trying to climb on the drops and reach the sky. So उस भांति बताया गया है कि without the name of Ram, it would be difficult, it would be impossible to even reach that space. तो बोलो राजा धीराज श्री रामचंद्र की जय. Now we come to the Raja Dhiraj Ram. Because there is so much to speak, there is so much to be told. That's why I'm trying to keep it small and crisp, and that's how we move. Now, मानो जैसे राम अभी अयोध्या में आ गए, राजा धीराज राम. The king whose smile was the crown of Ayodhya. When he returned to Ayodhya did not lit up with lamps. सिर्फ और सिर्फ दियों से जगमगा नहीं रही थी, but with the love burning in every heart. मानो जैसे हर हृदय जल उठा हो. Every heart must have taken that light and burning like that diya. And Ram Rajya was not a governance system. It was beauty ruling with humility. When Ram walked through the palace corridors, the marbles must gleamed in his reflection. His crown sat modestly on those long dark locks of hair. His jewels sparkled with truth, compassion, and dharma. Tulsidas again in Ayodhya Kand, he says, Chabi dekh ki ni jaan ni jaani, har si na jai Ram samani. Seeing Ram's splendor, the queens were stunned. No one could match such grace, such glow. And he ruled as a king. Ram ruled not with a sword, but with the light of his eyes. He punished not with wrath, but with a silent tear. Every subject of Ayodhya said, we may not have seen the Brahman, we may not have seen Vishnu, but we have lived under him. Ram, 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 Ram. हिय निर्गुण नय नहीं सगुण रसना राम सुना मनहु पूरट संपुट लसत तुलसी ललित लला. हृदय में निर्गुण ब्रह्म का ध्यान, नेत्रों के सामने सगुण स्वरूप की सुंदर झांकी और जीव से सुंदर राम नाम का जप करना. तुलसी कहते हैं कि यह ऐसा है मानो सोने के सुंदर डिबिया में मनोहर रत्न सुशोभित. When your heart is filled with the Nirguna Brahman, your eyes is filled with the Saguna Brahman, and on your tongue it is the name of Ram, Tulsidas says, what beautiful thing it would be. This should be the most beautiful thing. And just to put it, it should look like a golden, beautiful golden work on which jewels are studded. Then comes the ever beautiful Ram. Even now, even here. Even now as I speak, I see him. Do you? In every murti, in every bhajan, in every breath that says Ram, he is still here. More beautiful than ever. There was another Sant, Tyagaraj. He, in his ecstasy of Ram, would say, Rama Nama Enta Ruchira. Oh, the taste of Ram's name, it is sweeter than even the nectar of heaven. Rama Nama, like the name of Ram, how beautiful, how amazing, how lovable it is. And me, I'm just like a mad person. I don't talk like a scholar, I don't talk like a poet, nor even a sage. I just want to talk about Ram like I am just a fool who has fallen in love with the eyes that conquered Lanka, the smile that healed the world, the hands that lifted Shiv Dhanush, and the heart that accepted even a squirrel's help. मैं वैसे राम के बारे में जानता, मैं वैसे राम के बारे में बताना चाहता हूँ. And Just think of that small little squirrel when it must be rolling on the sand going into the ocean, rolling on the sand going back into the ocean, rolling on the sand going back into the ocean. Does not it remind us the way we are? मानो जैसे कथा हमारी हो. How is it possible that this could be the katha of me? Why not? How about if I say the rolling on the sand and going into the ocean is like coming back into this world and going back into the Brahman? Coming back, you are just rolling, like trying to grasp something here and there and here and yet, while in this coming and going, you still remember to do the work of the divine. And that's where, when you keep on doing that, the hands of the divine will touch you. And once it touches you, it will mark its fingertips. The marking of his hands will be there on you till eternity. That's why I see a very typical thing. Many people keep on asking in our Q&A session, like, why is it really that the gods all appeared here only and not anywhere else? Then the beautiful thing is, have you seen squirrels in US? Have you seen squirrels in other part of the world? Have you seen the Indian squirrel? There is a huge difference. And it is said that only the Indian squirrels have that mark on them. So in your rolling of coming into this world and going back into the divine, coming back into this world, going back into this divine, make sure this time you do the work of Ram. Make sure you do the work of divine this time so that it touches you once and for all. और छोड़ जाए अपनी छवि आपके ऊपर. And there. So now, if you just heard about these 4 spaces of Ram, let us now take a step further. Let us now drown in its beauty. Let us lose our names. Let us lose our form. Let us lose our pride and just become just a whisper on his lips. राम भरोसो राम बल राम नाम विश्वास सुमिरत शुभ मंगल कुशल मांगत तुलसीदास. How do we begin this journey now again of this, the next phase of it? तुलसीदास जी यही मांगते हैं कि, like तुलसीदास जी is asking for this, कि मेरा एकमात्र राम पर ही भरोसा है. There is only one Ram on whom I can have all the trust on. Ram hi ka bal rahe means only his strength should be there with me. And only by remembering him, everything becomes auspicious. Everything becomes beautiful. Everything becomes amazing. And उस राम नाम में ही विश्वास रहे. And I always should always have that trust on that name of Ram. And this is where we begin the next phase of it. One name, one form, one flame. Ram, 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 the beautiful. Ram, the eternal. Ram, the beloved. मेरा रोम रोम राम है, मेरा प्राण प्राण राम है, मेरी हर सांस हर धड़कन बस राम ही राम है. Now the narration of the mad devotee who is lost in the love of Ram says, मेरा रोम रोम राम है, every speck of me is Ram. मेरा प्राण प्राण राम है, every breath of me is Ram. Every life force that is moving within me is Ram. And every heartbeat itself is Ram. Bas Ram hi Ram hai. Only thing that is left is only Ram, Ram, Ram. And I am no longer me. I am just like the dust. a particle in the divine Leela, a silent note in his name that sings endlessly within my heart. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. Oh Ram, Ram, Ram. Just the sound of your name melts the mountains of my ego. It turns the sharpest of pains into divine bliss. It makes my tears taste like Amrit. Because I speak not words, I breathe Ram. I walk not steps, I tread his stories. I think not thoughts, I echo his name. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. You know why I sing like this madness, the name of Ram? Because when the world gave me wounds, Ram gave me wings. When life threw me into darkness, Ram lit the sun within. When I became nothing, Ram became everything. Who is Ram to me? मेरे लिए राम कौन है? Who is Ram to you? राम आपके लिए कौन है? Because he is not a king. He is not just a warrior. He is my truth. He is my madness. He is my eternity draped in simplicity. You know, he walked barefoot. कितना कष्ट सहा होगा. He walked barefoot so I could walk through fire. He left his throne so I could sit on the lap of the divinity. He cried for Sita so that I could understand the longing of the soul for its beloved. Oh, listener, stop everything you are doing and just say, Ram, once. Just even once, and you will feel what I feel. Your heartbeat will go, your soul will kneel, your mind will lose all sense, and you will drown in the sweet madness of devotion, of love, of surrender. So, for a moment, let us all chant the name as simply as possible, as swiftly as possible. Ram. Just say the word Ram and feel the reverberation and the vibration within your body. सिर्फ एक बार राम बोलो और उसके ध्वनि प्रतिध्वनियों को अपने अंदर जस्ट डू इट फॉर ए मोमेंट. राम, absolutely relaxed. Ram, 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 हाँ हाँ हाँ. Experience that silence, experience that beauty, experience that simplicity within you. अपने अंदर जो स्थिरता और शांतिपन है उसे महसूस करें. Ram is not a name. Ram is an intoxication, a divine madness, a celestial flame that burns every impurity and leaves only love. You remember when you were broken, Ram did not fix you. He embraced the brokenness. मानो अगर मुझ में कोई त्रुटि हो गई हो तो वो त्रुटि को ठीक करने नहीं लगा, उसने मेरी त्रुटियों को भी ग्रहण कर लिया. And in that process, I also was fixed. He kissed every scar and whispered, "You were always mine." Can you ever imagine that the Lord of Ayodhya, the husband of Janaki, the very essence of Dharma, held a beggar like me in his heart to never let it go? जो अयोध्या के स्वामी हैं, जो जानकी के स्वामी हैं और जो धर्म के प्रतीक हैं, हमारे जैसे भिखारी को भी उसने अपने हृदय में स्थान दिया है. Has given us that space in his heart and not to never to let go. When I hear the tale of his exile, जब भी हम उनके वनवास की कथा सुनते, I cry not out of sorrow, but from strange sweetness. A rasa that flows only when your soul recognizes its beloved in every word. Oh, that forest where Ram walked, every leaf still sings his name. That soil, the path where he tread, wherever he went, wherever he walked, that soil, that path, wherever he tread, I yearn to become that path. So his lotus feet may step upon me, even if only in memory. He is the bow, I am the string. He is the sun, I am the flame. He is the ocean, I am the wave. He is the lover, I am the madness. When he met Sabri, he did not see caste. When he touched the stone, Ahalya, he did not see sin. That's only I could, if I could completely surrender to that space. And when he touched, like Ahalya के जो स्पर्श मात्र से जो पत्थर में प्राण भरते, and he only saw the bhava, the love, and he just responded back to that soul's calling. He does not choose perfect devotees. He perfects the broken ones. How beautiful this could be. Like he does not choose perfect devotees. He perfects the broken ones. So अगर आप में कोई खामी रही भी हो, then you should be rest assured that if you get in contact with him, it will open up new avenues, new space. He does not measure your offerings. He drinks your tears. He does not ask for rituals. He asks for surrender. Because Ram's love is not earned, it is realized. When you stop trying to be someone and start melting into nothing, that's when you will see him. That's when you will feel his hand on your head and his voice whispering in your soul, I was always here. He was always here. And then I am absolutely like intoxicated. I'm lost. I no longer belong to this world because I have seen a glimpse of Ram's eyes. And now even 1,000 heavens cannot tempt me. Ram, 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 Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Just chant that name again and again and again and again and again and again within you. And without even trying, you will start smiling. Ram, Ram, oh Ram, your name is river and I jumped into it. Let me drown again and again. Let my bones melt into this name. Let my final breath carry your sound. Ram. And now, if you have ever felt alone, call him. If you ever lose everything, remember him. If your life becomes meaningless, chant his name, and you will always, and you will see what I have seen, not with your eyes, but with your soul. Because Ram is not far, he is waiting in your breath. Close your eyes, say his name, and begin the most beautiful madness. Ram, 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 Ram. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Chant this verse at least 21 times. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ramaya Namaha. The call of the divine name, Ramanam, is not just a word. It is the primordial vibration that sustains the cosmos. To chant Ram is to summon the very essence of existence itself. So keep your eyes closed, O dear seeker. Let the breath dissolve into the silence. And in that sacred stillness, hear the whisper of ages. Ram, Ram, Ram. It is not a name, it is the heartbeat of the universe. Take that name as if you are carrying a heart. Ram, Ram, Ram. Beloved souls, breathe gently. Let the noise of the world fade away into your ears. Breathe gently. Let the noise of the world fade away. Feel the silence and you will hear a name. Again, let the noise of the world go away. Feel the silence. In that silence, if you listen carefully, you will hear a name, soft like a mother's song, yet thunderous enough to stir the mountains. That name is Ram. Om Sri Ramaya Namaha. Ram Nam is, again, as we have discussed, is not just a word, it is a vibration. And the more and more and more and more you chant the name, it has that soothing impact on your own self. Ram is the echo in the divine heartbeat of this creation. And to speak about Ram is not to speak about history. To speak about Ram is to open the door of the eternal, where love, dharma, valor, surrender, and truth walk hand in hand. Because Ram is not just a historical king, not a mythological hero, but as the supreme consciousness that dances in every atom, every tear of her devotion, every beat of a lover's heart. And today, again and again and again, we are diving into that name. If I again ask you, who is Sri Ram? And the truth would be, people say Ram was the prince of Ayodhya. People say Ram was the son of Dasharatha. But I tell you that Ram is not born. He descends like silence, like dawn, like love. Ram is not confined by timeline also. He is the Maryada Purushottama, the supreme example of the human perfection, and yet beyond human understanding. He walked like a man, spoke like a man, but his every word was soaked in the vibration of the Vedas. He is the form of Vishnu, yet he worshipped his elders and folded his hands. He is the supreme Brahman, and yet so simple, yet so mesmerizing, yet so tender. He is the supreme Brahman, and yet he wept when Sita was taken. Only the true infinite can afford to be so tender. जो सच में असीम हो, अगम्य हो, वही कुछ दे सकता है. Rama is the epitome of a man who acted as one like us, but he taught humility, the path of dharma, bhakti, and gnana. The absolute Brahman in human form, and the Vedas declare, Ekam Satvipra Bahuda Vadanti. Truth is one. The wise call it by many names. The one took wrong from wrong form as Rama, the Maryada Purushottama, the supreme ideal of righteousness. Ram, Ram, Ram. Keep chanting for some more time. If you look at Ram, you will realize that his very body was the cosmos. His eyes were like the sun and the moon, his breath like the wind, his voice so amazing that by just chanting his name, you would fall into that space. We all know when Hanuman tore his heart and tore his chest and saw what he could see. What could others see? Not flesh, not blood, but Sita and Rama seated in heart cave, the eternal union of Jivatma with Paramatma. So, in order to reach out to such a space, we will do a chanting of a mantra. So, I will start and thereafter you will follow. A beautiful chanting that every one of you know. A beautiful chanting that is so deep. So, let us chant together. Sri Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tattulyam Ram Nama Varanane. Sri Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tattulyam Ram Nama Varanane. Sri Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tattulyam Ram Nama Varanane. Sri Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tattulyam Sri Ram Namam Varanane. Ram Nama Varanane. Sri Ram Nama Varanane. Sri Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. So when you take this name of this Ram, chanting the name of Ram is equivalent to chanting 1,000 names of gods. And then we will move into a space where the secrets will be revealed of his life. We all know, like the birth of Ram was not just a taking birth, it was like the descent of the divinity. We all know that Raja Dasarath performed the Putra Kameshti Yagna. And then once it was done, the payasam or the sacred pudding was distributed among all. And when it was given to all, it was that Amrita that was distributed among the queen. It is believed that when Kaikai was trying to eat that pudding, ek girda aata hai, a eagle, and he takes away the elixir and drops it at the place where Hanuman was to be born. And then all the other three queens supported Kaikai by giving their part of the elixir. And for me, Rama's birth was not a beginning. It was the infinite choosing to wear a finite form so that the finite could touch the infinite. Quite a tongue twister for you. But listen to it. It was the infinite choosing to wear a finite form. And so that finite could touch the infinite. The exile, the play of the divine Leela. People can easily ask, why did Ram, the all-powerful, accept exile? And the answer would be to teach us the true strength lies not in dominion, but in surrender to Dharma. The forest was not a punishment. It was the universe's greatest satsang, where Rama walks, even thorns turns into flower. Ram, 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 Ram. Now let us chant one more mantra along with. As I chant, you can follow me. अयोध्यावासी राम 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 जय राघव राम सीता वल्लभ राम 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 जय सीता राम 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 राम. And when Ram got married to Sita, it was like the union of Jiva with Shakti, because Sita is not just Rama's wife. Sita is his very soul, the embodiment of Prakriti and Purusha. When Ram saw Sita at the Swayamvara, time stood still. The bow broke not by his strength, but by the force of the divine love. The separation was not tragedy, it was the universe's way of showing that love is tested in the fire so that it may emerge as gold. And we all know that Ravana, although he stole Sita, but he could not touch her ever, because Sita was always residing in the heart of Ram. Ram without Sita is like the sky without stars, the ocean without waves, for love is the very fabric of existence. And then comes to Hanuman, the eternal symbol of devotion. Hanuman is not a servant, he is the perfected Jiva who has realized, I am not the body, I am Ram's own. When Hanuman tore open his chest, he showed the world Sri Ram and Sita already reside within him. His leap to Lanka was not across an ocean. It was a journey from ego to ecstasy. बोलो बजरंग बली की जय। Ram's love and the infinite embrace. Sita, the soul of Ram. Ram never called Sita mine. He always said Janaki, the daughter of Janaka, as if the whole world must know that Sita is not a possession. She is reverence incarnate. Ram's love for Sita was so pure that even separation became sacred. Ram, 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 Ram. When Sita was taken, Ram did not curse the world. He embraced the pain because when the divine feels the pangs of love, the whole creation learns compassion. Then comes Lakshmana, the flame of devotion. We all know that Lakshmana did not sleep for 14 years. Why? Because he vowed to protect Ram and Sita like the breath guards of the body. Lakshmana is not a brother, he is the fire of divine service, awake, alive, unshakable. He used to do all the things for Ram. He built the hut, guarded the forest, and when Sita crossed the Lakshmana Rekha, he wept because love must obey duty even when the heart breaks. Again, a little bit about Hanuman, the one whose every cell is soaked with Ram. When Sita gave him a pearl necklace, he bit it open, and we all know why. Because he said, if Ram is not inside, it is useless. And when asked if Ram lives in his heart, he ripped open his chest, and there was Ram sitting with Sita. To know Ram is devotion. To serve Ram is surrender. To become Ram, that is Hanuman. And Ram, the Lord of all, says, I owe my kingdom, my beloved child, to harness. Then comes the most beautiful one, Ram and Shiva, the inseparable ones. Ram and Shiva, the love beyond form. Shiva is the supreme ascetic, the cosmic stillness, and Ram, the cosmic rhythm, the pulse of Dharma. And yet Shiva chants Ram, 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 and Ram. And Ram bows before Shiva with folded hands. Because Shiva is the stillness in which Ram dances, and Ram is nobody, absolutely no one. when not in alignment with Shiva himself. Shiva is the stillness in which Ram dances. Ram is the melody in which Shiva loses himself. In the Ramayana, when Ram worships Shiva before building the Setu, he says, "O Mahadev, you are the one I bore before you." And then Hanuman chants Ram Nam. Shiva smiles because that name is his own soul. There is no Ram without Shiva, and there is no Shiva without Ram. There are not two gods. They are two eyes of the same divine fact and the same divine face. Shiva is Rama and Rama is Shiva, the same fire in two forms. That's why it is said, Sankara Priya Mama Drohi, Shiv Drohi Mama Das, Te Nar Karahi Kalp Bhari, Ghor Narak Muhvas. It is said that Bhagwan Shri Ramchandra ji कहते हैं कि Lord Ram is saying that जिसको शिव जी को प्रिय है, जिनको शिव जी प्रिय है, means the one who loves Shiva, और मुझसे विरोध रखते हैं and are against me, और जो शिव जी के विरुद्ध हैं, the ones those who are against Shiva and committed to me, this is like absolute darkness. क्योंकि ये दोनों अलग नहीं है. And if you see the disparity between Ram and Shiva, you cannot separate them. You cannot accept one and leave the other. You have to accept both. And that's why it is said, the one who sees Shiva and Rama are separate has not yet opened his eyes of wisdom. And now let us do one thing. Let us experience Ram as to how Shiva would experience him. Try to sit straight with closed eyes. जैसे आप ध्यान में बैठते हो वैसे बैठ जाओ. Whichever way you sit in practice. Do you really want to know how Shiva experiences Ram? Okay. Shiva did not need temples, mantras, or rituals. He just closed his eyes and whispered, Ram. And if you can actually understand that there is no need of that temple, no need of the mantras, no need of the rituals, you just close your eyes and you say, Ram. That would also suffice. With that whisper, If you love Ram like Shiva does, your every breath becomes a temple. And again chant Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. You see, every step that Ram take in his life, उससे कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है हमें. Every step of Rama's life is like a yoga. Ayodhya is like dharma. Forest is like tyaga. Lanka, victory over ego. Return, moksha. So all these aspects can also be connected back to this. Now, listen to it very carefully and closely. For what I reveal now is not found in texts, but whispered by sages under moonlit trees. Ram's exile was not a punishment. It was the divine arrangement. He left Ayodhya to enter your heart. Ram goes to the forest so that the wilderness inside you may be sanctified. Ravana, the so-called villain, was a gatekeeper. His 10 heads, they represent the 10 senses of indulgence. Ram slays him to awaken you. Ravana dies when the ego bows to love. You have to understand that, or else you will develop ego in no time. Then they use something called as the bridge to Lanka. Some agree to it, some disagree to it, whatever way it is. The bridge was not just a bridge from one space to another. For me, it is like a bridge between the mind and soul. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Let us build the steps. Let us put that rock into our hearts and connect a bridge between the heart and the soul. And that will take each step. If you have your mala with you, even if you don't, just chant Ram, 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 Ram for some time. Ram, Ram, Ram. Just keep on chanting until I say. So that every time you chant this name Ram, it should create a pathway. It should create a relationship. It should create something magical. You say Ram in such a way that every speck of your body gets rejuvenated with that name. Ram, 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 Ram. And when you are chanting this name as Ram, let that name rise in your breath. Let that name flow in your body. Let the name become your blood. Ram is not a temple. Ram is not in the temple. Ram is in your silence. To understand Ram, don't read, dissolve. When ego sleeps, then only Ram will awaken. If your tears chant Ram, you are already liberated. Because Ram does not ask for rituals, he asks for realness. Wherever Sita is honored, there are the places where Ram resides. Hanuman did not find Ram. Ram found Hanuman's love so irresistible that he had to come. Every exile in your life is a call from Ram to meet yourself. And when Ram enters, karma exits. And that's why Tulsidas cried, Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. He meant that God is infinite and his stories are infinite. But the greatest story is the one which you realize, and that is you are that. Oh, beloved ones, let your life be Ram's Ayodhya. Let your heart be Sita's forest. Let your service like Hanuman. Let your surrender be like Lakshmana's. Laugh out his name, dance in his name, but do not resist. Because once Ram enters into your heart, there is no return, only return to yourself. If you have never wept in love for Ram, you have not yet lived. If you have not danced in ecstasy at his name, you have not yet breathed. Let the name Ram be your mantra, your breath, your heartbeat. For in this name lies the power to dissolve all sorrow and separation of all illusion. Whisper within your own self, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. The name of Ram cannot be justified. The name of Ram cannot be told in words. If you still sit silently, you will realize that a space has been created. A space that is not cluttered, a space that is not filled, a space that is absolutely magical. For a moment, if you can try this, you just sit with closed eyes. Ram, 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 Ram. And I can just only wish for you that how could you do justice to tell about Ram? How far can you talk? How much can you talk? Because Ram is something that if you speak, you cannot tell. But if you become silent, Ram appears within you. And let that Ram Katha never end within you. Let it live in your tears, your breath, and your silence. Let it blossom like a lotus in the muddy water of the world. May the love of Ram flood your being. Only Ram, only Ram, Ram. This is just one phase of Ram. a phase where it feels like you have not heard anything. It feels that there is nothing been told. It feels like that vacuum. You know why that vacuum is created? This vacuum is created intentionally so that you can fill that space of Ram. You know why it feels like nothing has been spoken? Because this is how Shiva experiences Ram. He does not speak, he does not narrate, he just sits. And in his stillness, Ram appears. Just like you might be wondering, what did I hear? Where was I lost? What was there gaps? What was being spoken? Nothing was being spoken. I said, no, it is madness. But my question is, has that madness created that space? Where you grasp for more, yet there is fulfillment. The space is empty, yet so filled with it. इसीलिए कहते हैं सरल सहज श्री राम. You cannot complicate anything about him. Even though you try to define him in many ways, you will fail. But the only thing that you can experience is, if you are sitting here right now, and if you chant the name of Ram, okay, so let me ask a very practical question. How many of you are actually feeling that empty space? Even at a physical level, that empty space is be filled. Even in a space like you think like, oh, what has happened? Don't go with your mind. हमने वही कहा था शुरुआत से. I will only talk about Ram, which can be understood by a child, not by intellect. My entire work was not to tell about Ram, but to create that space of Ram within. And now, in order to fill that space, जो जगह खाली हुआ है ना, in order to fill that space, I would like to call upon someone. And they will fill it up now. जिनके बटन में अनम्यूट दिखा रहा है, वो अनम्यूट करे और अब राम भरें उन सब में जो खाली जगह बनाया गया है. इट्स लाइक फिल इन द ब्लैंक स्पेस नाउ. चलो अब हाजी शुरू हो जाओ. डोंट वरी, देयर आर मेनी पीपल दोज विल कम, बिकॉज एक ग्रुप है जो रोज राम का नाम जपते हैं. उसमें एक ग्रुप है जो रोज राम का चरित्र के बारे में बात चलता है. So let us hear from them today, because my work was not to fill you with Ram. My work was, जैसे आपने सुना था ना कि रावण ने जब पूछा था, राम ने रावण को पूछा था तो मेरे साथ मित्रता कर सकता था. बोला तो मेरे से मित्रता करता तो मैं तेरे ज्ञान से भर जाता था. रावण को राम का ज्ञान नहीं, राम का ध्यान चाहिए और अपने ज्ञान से मुक्ति. अब आवाजी अब भर सकते हो आप.
क्या बताएं गुरु जी, क्या बोले? 2 लाइनें बोल देती हूँ बस.
बिल्कुल.
हे रोम रोम में बसने वाले राम, हे रोम रोम में बसने वाले राम जगत के स्वामी, हे अंतर्यामी मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू, मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू। हे रोम रोम में बसने वाले राम जगत के स्वामी, हे अंतर्यामी मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू, मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू। आस का बंधन तोड़ चुकी मैं, तुझ पर सब कुछ छोड़ चुकी मैं। आस का बंधन तोड़ चुकी मैं, तुझ पर सब कुछ छोड़ चुकी मैं। तेरे किए को हम क्या देवें, तेरे किए को हम क्या देवें। भले बुरे का नाम, हे अंतर्यामी जगत के स्वामी मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू, मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू। मेरे रोम रोम में बसने वाले राम जगत के स्वामी, हे अंतर्यामी मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू, मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू। भेद तेरा कोई क्या पहचाने, जो तुझ सा है वो तुझे जाने। भेद तेरा कोई क्या पहचाने, जो तुझ सा है वो तुझे जाने। नाथ मेरे मैं क्यों कुछ सोचूं, नाथ मेरे मैं क्यों कुछ सोचूं। तू जाने तेरा काम जगत के स्वामी, हे अंतर्यामी मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू, मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू। मेरे रोम रोम में बसने वाले राम जगत के स्वामी, हे अंतर्यामी मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू, मैं तुझसे क्या मांगू। बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र की जय।
धन्यवाद आभा जी, सुंदर,
थैंक यू गुरु जी,
अत्यंत।
थैंक यू।
अब और एक किसी के पास अभी अनम्यूट का बटन गया है। देखिए जिनका बटन अनम्यूट हो रहा है।
थैंक यू गुरुदेव। या रामचंद्र की जय। बस इतने बोलने को मन करता है।
धन्यवाद। अब कुछ डरे हुए हैं तो उनके पास जाते हैं।
जय श्री राम।
आगे
महादेव, श्री रामचरित मानस खोला हुआ है, तो जिस पे उंगली आई बस उसी को पढ़ने का साहस कर रही हूँ। आई सीक योर ब्लेसिंग्स महादेव।
So what are you reading? Yes, go ahead.
This is just a phrase where Mahamuni Narad is praising Lord Ram, and it is part of Aranya Kand. कही सकन सारद शेष नारद सुनत पद पंकज गहे, अस दीन बंधु कृपाल अपने भगत गुण नीज मुख कहे। सीरु नाही बारही बार चरनिह ब्रह्मपुर नारद गए, ते धन्य तुलसीदास आस बिहाई जे हरि रंग रहे. Neither Saraswati nor Sesa can tell them. Even as he heard this, sage Narada clasped the Lord's lotus feet. In this way, the all-merciful Lord, the befriender of the meek, recounted with his own lips the virtues of his devotees. Narada bowed his head at the Lord's feet again and again and left for the abode of Brahma, the creator. Blessed are they, says Tulasidas, who give up all expectations, are steeped in the love for Ram, Sri Hari. Sri Ram, Sri Ram.
Ah, Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Shri Ram. So one more button has been unmuted. Aditi ji, can you just unmute it once? फिर हम आवाजी के पास आएंगे.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. दो सॉन्ग के दो लाइन्स गा देती हूँ. एक पहला जो है वो मेरे नानी ने लिखा है, खुद भजन है. श्री राम नाम नौका भव सागरी तराया. श्री राम नाम नौका भव सागरी तराया. श्री राम नाम नौका सुटले अफाट वारी मनवारू त्यात उतरे. सुटले अफाट वारी मनवारू त्यात उतरे. श्री राम नाम नौका भव सागरी तराया. श्री राम नाम नौका भव सागरी तराया. मुझे इतना ही याद है, जो उनका भजन है उन्होंने खुद लिखा है ये, बट मुझे इतना ही याद है वे माता. और दूसरी छोटी सी प्रार्थना है. कल्याण करी राम राया देवराया. कल्याण करी राम राया. कल्याण करी राम राया देवराया. कल्याण करी राम राया. जनहित विवरी जनहित विवरी जनहित विवरी. हे जन हाती धरी दयाळा. कल्याण करी राम राया देवराया. कल्याण करी राम राया. अपराधी जन सुखतच गेले सुखतच गेले. तुझा तुझी सागरी तयाला. कल्याण करी राम राया देवराया. कल्याण करी राम राया. कल्याण करी राम राया देवराया. कल्याण करी राम राया. और एक छोटी सी प्रार्थना है यहाँ पे. और मुझे ऐसे आज सच में लग रहा है कि पता नहीं, जब से बोलना सीखा है हम लोगों ने ये प्रार्थना रोज गाया है, और मुझे आज ऐसे लग रहा है कि वो सच में आज सच हुई है. उसका ऐसा है. ज्याचे वंशी कुळ धर्म राम सेवा. त्याचे वंशी मज जन्म देता देवा. ज्याची वाणी रंगली राम नामी. त्यासी माझा संवाद गुरु स्वामी. वारंवार ही विनंती परिसावी. दया सिंधूची पूर्ण कृपा व्हावी, म्हणे उद्धव चिद्घन महाराजा, रामदासांचा संग गो माझा. श्रीराम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. आभा जी.
एक ख्वाहिश है गुरु जी, एक डिमांड है,
जी.
प्रणाम है आपको पहले, कि शायद कुछ लोगों को समझ में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन आपको अच्छे से आएगा समझ में मैं क्या कह रही हूँ, कि मुझे ऐसी ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए। एक दोहा है, नाम श्वास दो बिलग चलत है, तिनको भेद न मोको भावे, नाम श्वास श्वास ही नामा, तब कछु स्वाद नाम को आवे।
वाह.
मतलब मुझे इसी के लिए ब्लेसिंग चाहिए, मुझे यही चाहिए कि जो नाम
नाम
और
है
श्वास,
और सांस है,
हाँ,
ये दो अलग अलग नहीं चलने चाहिए, एक हो जाने चाहिए, तभी जाके वो स्वाद आएगा नाम का.
तो मुझे बस इतनी छोटी सी ख्वाहिश है कि मेरा प्रयास जो अनवरत चल रहा है उसमें आप लोग मेरे लिए थोड़ी सी दुआ करें कि प्रभु इस रास्ते पर जिस पर चला रखा है
वो
वो
कहते हैं ना
चल
कि
रहा है।
हवा जी, आस्किंग इज ग्रांटेड. मतलब आप पूछते तभी हो जब वो ग्रांट होता है.
तो इतने
आपके
इतने
मन
सब
के
महारथी
अंदर
बैठे,
ऐसी स्थिति, ऐसी परिस्थिति बनने का रीजन, लाइक द रीजन बिहाइंड इवन इफ यू थिंकिंग इन दैट is that it is possible that it has already accepted it, so that's how the blessings come to us.
गुरु जी
हमारे
इतने
पास
इतने महारथी हैं हमारे ग्रुप में, बहुत ऊंचे ऊंचे पहुंच वाले लोग हैं, अगर छोटे छोटा सी ब्लेसिंग्स देंगे तो मेरा काम बन जाएगा।
चलो सब ब्लेसिंग दो भाई.
और आप
वाह.
और आपकी तो मतलब चाहिए ही, बिना कैसे काम चलेगा मेरा। तो
ओके.
बस इतनी सी ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए कि मेरा भाव, मेरा अंतर मन बस वही, नाम है श्वास श्वास ही नामा, तब कछु स्वाद नाम को आवे। दोनों एक हो जाए तब थोड़ा सा स्वाद मिलेगा, अदरवाइज तो फिर राम 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 तो निकलता रहे वो अलग चीज है, लेकिन जब एक हो जाएगा दोनों, उस वक्त में उसका स्वाद महसूस हो, तो उस स्वाद को मैं चखना चाहती हूँ। बस आप लोग सब इतनी
प्लीज.
कृपा करें कि हाँ, मुझे सबकी ब्लेसिंग्स चाहिए। ग्रुप में सब एक से एक बड़े महारथी हैं।
तो कोई प्रार्थना कर रहा है तो कोई आशीर्वाद दे रहा है.
बहुत
So
बहुत धन्यवाद है सभी का।
there is one more divine soul here, like जिसको आप लोगों की आशीर्वाद चाहिए, वो बैठी है आज. So if you can bless her, आ गई वो. है ना यहाँ पे. So if you can bless her once. This is Sanvi.
हेलो बेटा, गॉड ब्लेस यू।
That, just a second, Sashi ji, I'll unmute. धन्यवाद आभा जी.
थैंक यू गुरु जी, थैंक यू।
Yes, so there is Sanvi. So she needs the blessings of all of you, that it seems. So she is there. So just bless her.
Chapu. Chapu.
Sanvi, what do you want to speak?
I want to sing a song.
Wow, so that we were waiting for that. So now that's all, the stage is yours.
Starting.
Chalo, start.
सीता कल्याण वैभोगमे राम कल्याण वैभोगमे पवन स्तुति पात्र पावन चरित्र रवि सोमवर नेत्र रमणीय गात्र सीता कल्याण na vaibhogame Rama kalyana vaibhogame भक्तजना परिपाला वरित शरजाला मुक्ति मुक्ति दलीला भूदेव पाला सीता कल्याणा वैभोगमे राम कल्याणा वैभोगमे परमासुर भीमा परिपूर्ण कामा श्याम जगदभिरामा साकेत दामा सीता कल्याणा वैभोगमे राम कल्याणा वैभोगमे सर्वलोकाधार समरैकधीरा गर्वमानस दूर कनकागधीरा सीता कल्याणा वैभोगमे राम कल्याणा वैभोगमे निगमागम विहार निरुपम शरीरा नगदरग विदार नतलोकादार सीता कल्याणा वैभोगमे राम कल्याणा वैभोगमे परमेशनुत गीत भवजलधि पोटा तरुणी कुल संजात त्यागराजनुता सीता कल्याणा वैभोगमे राम कल्याणा वैभोगमे Thank you.
Thank you, Sanvi. But there is a request. The request is when you are singing, because of the noise cancellation, the voice is getting cut. So one request from all of us is if you can sing and record it and send it. Will you?
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. So we'll listen to it again, because we did not wanted to miss out anything that you sung. Because when you are taking the notes, no, it is cutting down on the voice. So we don't want to miss that. So record it well, and we'll be waiting for that. Everyone actually will be waiting for you to listen to your voice. And loads of blessing for every one of us.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Sajiji. So anybody else who wants to do that? Will this work? Let me see. I'm trying something. Let me see if it works. I don't know the button is working or not. I'm clicking it again and again, but there is no response from the other side. So is somebody hiding there? Is he there, or he has... Somebody sits by your left side, right?
Yeah.
Is he there?
He's there.
Is there? So he wants to say anything for Ram?
He's hiding there. But
Okay.
I don't know.
So we'll be waiting for him to learn that. So Siddharth, anything you have to say? You can show me your hand, at least thumbs up or thumbs down, so I'll understand what.
Come, for a chuppu, not really.
How did I come onto the screen? Okay, so Haribhai might have done the magic.
He's hiding.
He's not ready, you want to say?
Yeah, but he's hiding. But I don't know why.
Okay, so next time. So be prepared.
Yeah.
Okay? Sure. Thank you. He ran away. Can you see? That's good. At least he's sitting and listening to all this. So thank you everyone for being here today, because as I said, my work was not to tell you about Ram. My work is to clear your head from what you thought Ram was. And then a new image can emerge. Let me see if I can continue something beyond this. ये तो बस introduction था. Introduction to the space of Ram. Let me see what it holds for you in the future. Okay? So जो भी हुआ, जैसे भी हुआ, ये सब आभा जी का प्रेरणा था कि ये किया जाए. So I said, I don't know, because you know what will happen anytime you ask me about any other god, I will speak a loads about them. If you ask me to speak about Ram, I will lose myself in that space. That's all I can say. Because if I start speaking, when I will lose myself, I don't even know. And then for moments, everything is silent. That moment I'm speaking of is, even it might have happened to you also in today's session. आपको लगेगा कि क्या हुआ, सब गायब हो गया, कुछ साउंड नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है. Did I slept off? Did I... Drowsiness was there? No. That's what I say. There are certain things about whom if you speak, you are lost. This is one space. And this is not, it will not just happen once. As many times we do, as many times it will happen. And that's why it said, no, it is like an intoxication. जब intoxication हो जाता है, क्या करते हो? या तो पागलों की तरह बात करोगे, या तो सो जाओगे. Either you speak like mad people or you sleep off. That's what intoxication does to you. But in whatever way, whichever way, at least if you were silent for a moment, that's where Ram is. Because जिसका नाम लेते रहते शिव ध्यान में उतर जाते हैं, तो सोचो आपका क्या होगा. So thank you. We'll meet you again with your questions on Wednesday. And let me see what I plan for next week. Okay. Till then, thank you for your presence. May you all be blessed with that name that intoxicates Shiva himself. May you be blessed with that name, as Avaji said, that becomes not your breath, the name becomes your breath. And then you taste the true sweetness of that name. May that name that is the truth become the truth of your life. And may that blessing be passed on not only to you, but your kids, your relatives, your family, to this entire creation. May the departed ones find solace in this name. May the ones in this realm right now find peace with this name. And the ones, those who are yet to come, may find the guidance with this name. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम. बोलो हर हर महादेव. Thank you everyone for your time, your efforts. So meet you soon again. Till then, Aham Brahmasmi. Remember, that's what Ram you are seeking is you. Tattvamasi. You are that.